I'm someone that would consider myself a die-hard NBA fan. And even for me, I'm having trouble watching these games and staying locked in and not just feeling this whole malaise over the NBA season. Currently, the Lakers are 5-5, the Suns are 4-6, and the Clippers are 3-6. And no one really cares because we have 82 games to figure it out. I know a lot of people are in favor of the NBA shortening the season. I'm kind of on the fence about that. I like having the record books. Are we gonna do the all-time score? Like, I like having it how it is right now. So what is the solution to this problem? In my opinion, the solution is Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets go back-to-back. Two-time MVP, two-time champion, and we establish a new Goliath in the NBA. Because when the Warriors were in the middle of their run, we convinced ourselves that we like parity, that we want parity, not understanding that that has never been the NBA. That has never been what grows the sport. What grows the sport is a dominant team that everyone loves or loves to hate. If we look at the NFL this year, every team is 5-5 or 4-5, and there's a bunch of parity. But that's okay because there's only 17 games in the season. Everybody's fan base is engaged. But if we look at baseball, there was a bunch of parity this season. The Rangers and Diamondbacks were not supposed to be in the World Series, and it turned out to be one of the lowest rated, if not the lowest rated World Series of all time. Parity doesn't work in a 162 game season. You guys know baseball used to be the most popular sport in America. When the Yankees were dominant, when the Dodgers were dominant, when they had these teams that everybody loved or loved to hate. Now it's just whatever. No one really cares about baseball. I'll speak for myself, but I never really cared about baseball. But baseball is not what it used to be. The only thing that the casual fan really knows about baseball right now is that everybody hates the Astros, and that kind of proves my point. They need a team to hate. And that is why the NBA needs Nikola Jokic to go out there and win this championship and establish himself as the dominant player of this next generation. And to prove my overall point, we're gonna do a bit of a history lesson here. In NBA history, there have only been 2 times where a different champion was crowned in 5 consecutive years. The first time was the late 70s leading into the early 80s, where it was the Blazers, the Bullets, the Supersonics, the Lakers, and then the Celtics. And the second time is right now, currently, where it was the Raptors, the Lakers, the Bucks, the Warriors, and then the Denver Nuggets. And I really think the NBA needs the Nuggets to break this trend. Now, if the Warriors did it, that would be amazing. Steph Curry getting his 5th ring, 2 championships in 3 years, that would be amazing. LeBron getting his ring, that would be amazing. But I'm not sure what that would do for the growth of the NBA. If the NBA has a new super team forming, a new all-time great here in Jokic, I think that grows the game a little bit more than Steph Curry getting number 5 or LeBron getting number 5. Maybe you guys disagree, let me know in the comments. And I made a video similar to this in the past. No one really watched it, but if you did watch it, sorry, I'm about to repeat myself. But the early 2000s is widely, or I should say the mid 2000s, is widely regarded as the worst era of modern basketball. Now, I'm not sure that's true, but I can tell you why that's the case. Some people will point to the on-court product. They will say it was ugly basketball. I don't think that's what happened. I think we came off the Jordan Bulls dynasty. Well, first off, we had the Showtime Lakers, into the Jordan Bulls dynasty, into the Kobe and Shaq Lakers. And then we had the Spurs dominate the mid 2000s, but they were never so dominant that everybody hated them. Everyone just kind of indifferent to the Spurs, and maybe that's a Tim Duncan thing. And hopefully that's not what's going to happen here with Nikola Jokic, because I can see that happening as well. Or this is like the Spurs era, not necessarily the Warriors era or the Lakers era, you know? But even if we follow it, right, you had the Spurs winning all these titles in the mid 2000s, but they never went back to back. But right after that, we had the big 3 in Boston, and we had the Kobe and Powell Lakers, and Kobe going to the finals 3 straight years. Everyone's back invested into basketball. Everyone's rooting against the Lakers or they're rooting against the Celtics. Then right after that, we have the Miami Heat situation where everyone's rooting against the Heat. And then after that, we have Steph Curry coming out of nowhere, taking the world by storm and becoming this phenomenon in basketball. And then we have everything after that. This malaise that I'm talking about, this idea that the regular season doesn't matter, this idea that there's no dominant team everybody's chasing for has made a lot of this a little bit boring for the casual fan, and even for someone like myself who considers myself a diehard NBA fan. And Nikola Jokic can save us from that. If Nikola Jokic seems like this unstoppable force that no one can beat, all of a sudden that gives us a little bit more interest. All of a sudden when he does get beat, that's going to be a huge story. But this idea of parity where 8 teams in the Western Conference feel like they have a chance to make the finals, in theory, that's a good thing, right? That's what we all said we wanted. But that's not what we want. That's not how the NBA has ever operated. And I think that is slowly killing the game. I really do. I know we just went through the history lesson, but really look at it. That's how the game has gotten to where it is right now. It was Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. It was Michael Jordan. It was Kobe and Shaq. It was Steph Curry and LeBron James. That's how this gets built. And Nikola Jokic has to be one of those guys that can save the NBA. And I don't want to say, the NBA is fine, bro. The NBA is not going to die. But I think we all can admit, since KD left the Warriors, the interest around the NBA has not been what it used to be. I think we all can agree with that. And the NBA is slowly becoming like the MLB. The MLB needed the Yankees. They needed the Dodgers. The NBA needed Jordan. They needed Kobe and Shaq. They needed Magic. They needed Steph Curry. They needed LeBron James. And they need Nikola Jokic to emerge as one of those guys. And the good thing is, I think he might just be that good that he's going to do it. But let me know in the comments down below what you think. Maybe you completely disagree. Maybe you love the parity in the NBA. Again, I think it's something that's better in theory, but actualized, it's kind of boring. It's kind of boring. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm out. Peace.